Hey, what's going on, guys? Andrew here, back at you with day, was it 23 of the 31 days of Halloween. And obviously today I'm reviewing Rob Zombie's Halloween remake, as I said yesterday with my review of Trick or Treat. Now, a brief history of my love, my relationship with this movie. I basically watched this in the drive-in with my dad and my brother. And the first time I watched it, I think I said this on my my Halloween countdown video. I hated it. And for the longest time, I refused to watch Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 in the theater because of it. Like, I refused to go see it. I hated it. And I think around like 2013. I finally watched it again, and I thought, you know, it's still deep bad, but like there's some parts that I like about it. And I think I've watched it, you know, a dozen times subsequently, and you know, I'm at the point where like I'm like, you know what, I still got some issues with it, but I still kind of enjoy it. So basically, I mean, you guys are familiar with the story. Basically, it's the Halloween from the original Halloween with an hour backstory. That's it. That's basically it. Now, my thoughts on the two parts. The backstory I do find to be entertaining. The when he's a kid part and when he's still living at home and stuff. You know, obviously some of the dialogue is just really unnecessary, and it's really completely unnecessary to have it in there. But you know, for the most part, for me, other than the dialogue, it works. You have to remember, this is like everybody always says, you didn't need a backstory. It's Michael Myers. Right, you didn't need a backstory, but you did need a backstory with John Carpenter's Halloween. This is Rob Zombie's Halloween, a completely different vision. He's giving you a different vision and a different reason why he's giving you this. It is the whole, like, nature over nurture, or nurture over nature, but I think it's a combination of the two, because I think he really comes into what he was born as, which is evil. I think there's a couple clues throughout the movie that that's the case, but that's just, I'm not going to go too in-depth to that, but mainly the quote at the beginning kind of gives that away, I think. He's kind of morphs into what he was born to be. He was always meant to be evil. So I don't necessarily think that it's completely nurture over nature, but you get the point. But there is definitely some nurture in that. But yeah, I do find this movie to be definitely an enjoyable one, personally, because specifically the second half of the movie. But the first 25 minutes is pretty good. It's pretty brutal. Yeah, I thought it was really on point for what it needed to do. And then I think there's a half an hour of just, I'm pretty bored. Even as much as I mean, as much as I love to study psychology, I mean, I have a 500-page book on Jung, and I have 4 books on Freud. I mean, I love studying psychology, but this was just kind of boring the way it was executed, in my opinion. I just don't really like whenever he's in the asylum and it shows all those scenes. There is a method to it, and I understand the reason why it's there, but I just don't enjoy it. Like, I guess it was just my mood. Some of the times I can watch it and be fine with it. And then his escape, I like in the theatrical version, which I own the unrated version, because this comes with the unrated for both Rob Zombie's Halloweens. I really don't care for the you know, they're raping a woman in Michael Myers' room, and then he escapes. Like, it's ridiculously dumb scene. Like, it's like, how do you like it makes no sense. Like they bring him in, they bring the guys into Michael Myers' room thinking nothing's going to happen. Just makes zero sense. And then the scene with Joe Grizzly is just completely. If they could have just taken that scene out and said something just like, hey, a guy was murdered and had his stuff taken, would have been completely fine. Yeah, and then actually the remake part of it, I really thoroughly enjoy. Is definitely my favorite part of this movie. I love it. I love the chemistry between the three teenage girls. Danielle Harris as Annie, always a good welcome back to see. You know, this definitely catapulted Danielle Harris into the Scream Queen role, because she was in Halloween 4 and 5, and she wasn't really in anything horror besides kind of a cameo in Urban Legend. She was in about 5 to 10 minutes of that movie. And then she was in this. And then that really started her career of Halloween, Halloween 2. She was in Blood Night. She was in, she was in countless, The Hatchets. She was in quite a few horror movies after this. So that's definitely something to be thankful for Rob Zombie for. But Scout Taylor Compton, I thought was a better Laurie, and dare I say definitely a more lively Laurie. I don't think you can disagree with that. You may not like that, but she's definitely more lively. And she's definitely more entertaining to look at also. And it's just all around, like, I do like this part of it. And it's definitely less like white trash than the. There's still little of those elements into it, but definitely the second part is more of a straightforward remake of the original, which I do like a lot of the scenes that he does with it. I like how he connects Bob's death to the boyfriend's death when he was a child. I love how he connected that. That was a really cool connection. There's a couple unnecessary scenes there too, like the chase scenes at the end. I understand that the unrated contains another like 5-minute chase scene that the original didn't, but still, at least definitely for the unrated, I can definitely say that it was unnecessary for. It just kind of drags. I do like the alternate ending in this one. In the original, in a theatrical, he just gets shot down by police. But in this one, he gets shot by his sister, which I kind of like better, because that fits in more with the story. Yeah, so all in all, I think that the second half is definitely better than the first half. But I used to always just skip until the remake part of the original. But I've made myself watch the beginning, and especially last night, because I was doing a full review of this. Yeah, I do like the movie. So if I were to rate it, I'd give it a 6.5 out of 10. Definitely some problems with it. I'd go, yeah, more 6.5, but before 7. Definitely some issues with the movie, but definitely more good than bad, I think, in this movie. And oh, by the way, this movie is superbly shot. But yeah, the dialogue, it just could have been better. So yeah, that concludes my review of Rob Zombie's Halloween. I know this is definitely a loved or hated movie. It's definitely, it was definitely controversial when it came out. It hasn't gotten less controversial at all, really. I mean, people still hate this movie. People have not come around to it much. I did. I do like a lot of parts to it now. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on it, because I know that pretty much all of you guys are like big Halloween fans and stuff like that. I've seen your reviews, and just let me know your thoughts on what you think about Rob Zombie's take on Halloween. Yeah, keep in mind that this is Rob Zombie's take, so anything you think that the original was, like the original was just suburban middle class and this is white trash, middle class. There's not many white trash middle class, especially. I've been to all the suburbs in Illinois, and there's none that I've seen. So, but anyways, for the story, did it work in this story? You can't like compare the two stories because this is Rob Zombie's vision and that was John Carpenter's vision. You can say which one you like better. I can definitely give you that. But yeah, just let me know your thoughts. Yeah, as always, always want the dialogue. Feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks guys for watching, and hope you have a good day tomorrow. I'm doing Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow with that review. By the way, one more thing, The Walking Dead, definitely catch it if you haven't. It was worth the wait, and it was pretty brutal. I didn't really get much sleep last night because I was just thinking of it for hours. But yeah, have a good night, guys.